and I am basically Microsoft Excel trainer. I'm a business analyst as well, and I'm offering different kind of business consulting services to different companies in multinational firms, in local, in you can say private limited as well. I am a chemical engineer, and that's why right now I'm working in the technical field or in technology as well. That's why I am a techno commercial engineer. And if you see my experience, I recently got, Alhamdulillah, I recently got Microsoft Office Specialist 2016, and I also get different kind of certifications from Office, you can say 365, and I also got different kind of certifications from IBA Karachi, which is the renowned institute in Pakistan. Now, let's jump into the data analytics roadmap. What is data analytics? Let's start from its definition. If we see its definition, there are three things, and Alhamdulillah, we will cover data analytics along with, you can say, Microsoft Excel. This webinar is basically a mashup of data analytics and Microsoft Excel. Let's start with the basic introduction about data analytics. If we see the definition of data analytics, there are three things. It is a basically process of analyzing data to draw conclusions and mastering decision making. If we more focus on its definition, there are three things. First is analyze data, then draw conclusions, and lastly, if you make different kind of conclusions, it should be very effective and positive, so you can make effective decision making. This is basically the objective of data analytics. Now let's move into the roadmap of data analytics. If we see different kind of books, you can say webinars or any website, you will see there are 5 basic steps to move into the predictive or prescriptive analytics. The first step is to gather data. Let's say if you are working in the bank, you will obviously have a raw data from different clients, from other clients. You can say if you are a government officials, you will get data from government websites, you can get data from, on the other side, patents, etc. And I will explain you that you cannot do any kind of analysis without data cleaning and pre-processing. That means if you get a raw data, it is essential and most foremost subject to do different kind of processing so that you may do different kind of analytics. Always keep one thing in mind. If you get a raw data and you will not able to do different kind of cleaning and pre-processing techniques, or you did not develop any meaningful database, and you will directly jump into the, you can say, descriptive analytics, then you will make false conclusions. You will not make accurate results. So before jump from, you can say, raw data into the descriptive analytics, please make sure that your data have been cleaned and pre-processed and it have been developed a meaningful database. And you can say the third step is called develop a meaningful database. What is meant by meaningful database? Basically, it is the, you can say, any company's template. It depends on the company requirement. Let's say if you are in the sales department, your company database will be different as compared to the, you can say, different banking institutes. Let's say if you are working in the banking environment, your manager's requirement is that the first name and the second name of any person should be in the separate column. While on the other side, if you are in the sales department, your manager says that every person sales, you can say, you should apply different kind of conditional formatting. Every person sales, you can say, above average should be highlighted by different color. Let's say you are in recovery department, and it is the requirement that when recovery date will reach to, let's say, 2 days before, it should be highlighted by any color. These are different kind of conditions and requirements by which you will develop a database. Initially you will get a raw data, and this data is not able to do different kind of analytics. After gathering a raw data, you will do different kind of cleaning, pre-processing techniques, and this technique sometimes called data transformation. What is data transformation? It is the very important tool of transform your raw data into the meaningful database. Let me write it. This is data transformation technique, and after data transformation technique, you will develop a meaningful database as per your own company requirement. And after moving, you can say, go through these 3 steps, you will do descriptive analytics. Now question arises, what is meant by descriptive analytics? This is basically the analytics. This is basically description of your past data. let's say it can be a single line, it can be a table, or it can be a most effective form of descriptive analytics is dashboard. Let's say if you have if you have a, you can say, sales data of last 5 years, and you want to present 5 years data into a single sheet, then you will use a dashboard. A dashboard are basically a single sheet, and it will this single sheet will present the last 5 years data. On the other side, let's say if you are working in the banking environment, you have a database of you can say more than 10,000 you can say 10,000 clients. Now you want to explicit that data into a single sheet. This is called dashboard. And inshallah we will cover data cleaning and pre-processing techniques and descriptive analytics. Now the game has been changed. If your CEO wants to predict anything for you, because it is a very renowned, and needless to mention that every company, every organization, every country has a scarce resources, and they want to deploy these scarce resources effectively to get maximum benefits from that optimized results. To do this thing, you have to different kind of predictive and prescriptive analytics. This predictive and prescriptive analytics is all about the future. You will predict future, and what tools used for it I will not cover in this webinar right now, because it is a very lengthy and important topic. Today we will cover only data cleaning, reprocessing means data transformation, and descriptive analytics. And after these 5 steps, you will use, you can say, mastery in decision making. This is the first segment. This was all about the flavor of data analytics. I will revise in 30 seconds again. The first step is to get raw data, and always keep one thing in mind. When you will get a raw data, you are not able to do any kind of analytics. And most importantly, if you will do descriptive analytics or any kind of analytics without data, without you can say data transformation, you will not get accurate results, and ultimately your whole result, your whole resources will be undermined. So you have to do the second step is data cleaning and pre-processing. The broader term is called data transformation. This is the very and most important topic, and then you will develop a meaningful database. This database will be created or generated as per your own company requirement. For banking it could be different, for sales department it could be different, for B2B business it would be different. Likewise, for let's say if you are working in B2C or you can say retail industry, this database you can say templates, spreadsheet models will be different. And then you will do different kind of analytics about past behaviors, and the most appropriate form of the descriptive analytics is dashboards. And then we will predict future, and for future we use predictive and prescriptive analytics, and there are a lot of tools for it, like linear regression, multiple regressions, linear optimization, etc. But unfortunately, due to time constraints, we will not cover this topic. We will only cover data cleaning, pre-processing, and descriptive analytics topic. Now let's move into the data types. Up till now in my career, I have seen only 2 types of variables. And I believe that everyone who is a professional and very expert guy, that person has to be confronted only 2 variables. One is qualitative, second is quantitative. And now the question is, what is the difference between qualitative and quantitative? If you read different kind of books, any you can say patents, or you will get different kind of trainings, the simple and very basic definition between, or very basic difference between these 2 variables is that qualitative variable is that variable that cannot measured, it only described by words, while quantitative variables are those variables that can be, you can say, that can be measured, or that can be described, that can measured, or that can count. And let's move another example or another definition for it. For qualitative variables, you cannot apply any arithmetic operations like mean, median, mod, sum, etc. While for quantitative variables, you can do multiple host of, you can do multiple, you can do host of arithmetic operations like mean, median, mod, standard deviation, percentile, quartile, etc. This is the basic difference between qualitative and quantitative variables. The examples of qualitative variables is name, gender, qualification, designation, etc. Like if you get a form of any, let's say, institute or any or any company for admission or for to getting a job, you will see different kind of qualitative variables: name, gender, father's name, city, etc. All these are qualitative variables. While when they ask you your last experience, your height, your age, all these are quantitative variables. Quantitative variables like sales value, let's say I have earned last year 10 million rupees sale, this will be my quantitative variable. My weight is around, you can say, 70 kg, this is my quantitative variable. I sold around 10,000 units of mobile, this is my quantitative variables. And I have right now, you can say, 200 participants in this webinar, this is my quantitative variables as well. Now if we see the qualitative variable, we can subcategorize this variable further into two terms. One is nominal, one is ordinal. You people will be surprised at why I am offering this definition like variables analytics, because the basics of analytics is to learn about these two variables. Now let's back to the topic. The qualitative variables can be subcategorized into nominal and ordinal variables. Now, what is the main difference between nominal and ordinal variables? Nominal variables are those variables where you cannot sort or where you cannot rank these numbers. Let's say where you cannot give them any order. If I have, you can say, 15 students name, I cannot give them any rank. Let's say Ghulam Mustafa, Khalid Hussain, Haris Khan. I can sort this number without any criteria. So this will be a nominal criteria. I cannot move. Let's say Ghulam Mustafa would be in the top or Haris Khan will be in the bottom of my database. This is called nominal. This is called, you can say, very basic qualitative data. On the other side, ordinal data is also called qualitative data, but we can give them a different order. For instance, if you are working in any organization, there will be a CEO, there will be a general manager, MD, assistant manager, supervisor, etc. All these can, although these are qualitative variables, but all these variables can be ranked with different order. Let's say CEO will be in the top, then GM will come, and after that you can say assistant manager will come in the last, supervisor or worker will come. This is called ordinal variable. If we see from this example, let's say qualification level, again it is a qualitative variable, but we can give them a order. Let's say when I was in matriculation, then I did FSC, then I did graduation, after that I did MBA, then I am planning to do PhD. Although these are qualitative variables, but I can give them different series. This is called ordinal variables, subcategories of quantitative variables. The first category is discrete variables. Discrete variable means we cannot break down these numbers. We have very limited values of discrete variables. Let's say now we have, let's say, 200 participants in my webinar, but I cannot say I have 200.2 webinars in this I have 200.2 students in this webinar, because I cannot break down this number. I can count easily this number. Let's say I have 4 cats, but I cannot say I have 4.2 cats. I have 4.9 cats, because I cannot break down these numbers further. This is called discrete variables. Let's say I have 3 laptops, but I cannot say I have 3.3 laptops, because I cannot break down this object. So this will be the discrete variables. While now moving to the continuous variables. If any student asks me, sir, what is your height? I would say my height is let's say 6 feet. But another friend of mine would say, sir, no brother, your height is 6.001. And my brother will say, no, your height is 6.002. That means I cannot describe an exact number. This is called continuous variable. Likewise, height, and on the other side, the temperature of the room. What is the exact time? If you ask me what is the exact time in Pakistan, I would say 5:20. No. Then Haris Khan will say, no sir, right now the time is 5:20 and 30 seconds. And Khalid Hussain will say, no, right now the time is 5:20 35 seconds. That means we cannot give exact value for this. This is called continuous variable. Now we have covered 2 major topics. data analytics roadmap and data types. Now you can see I have give the color of my tabs. You can give colors through this tab color. Let's say if I want to the color blue, you can change it easily. Now you can see the color have been appeared. Let me summarize it. And if you want to minimize this ribbon, you will apply the shortcut Control F1 to just increase your screen resolution, or sorry, screen sizes, etc. Let me revise the types of variables. There are two types of variables. One is qualitative, second is quantitative. Quantitative variables would be measured or count, etc. On the other side, we cannot apply any arithmetic operations in qualitative variable, while we can apply different kind of arithmetic operations like mean, median, mode, sum, average, quartile, percentile, etc. in quantitative variables. Now qualitative variables can be described by two terms. One is nominal and second is ordinal. Nominal means it is very basic and normal. You cannot give them any kind of rank like name, gender, your father's name, your city. I cannot say I live in Karachi or I live in Lahore. Karachi would be in the top. Then I have to decide a certain criteria that as compared to the population, as decided to the population, Karachi would be in the top, then Lahore would come. That's why we have to decide a criteria. While on the other side, ordinal variables are those variables where we can give them a different rank or position, like qualification, designation, etc. We can easily give them a rank. Let's say CEO of a company will come on the top in the hierarchy, while worker or any supervisor will come in the bottom of the rank. Now moving to the quantitative variables, we can apply, as I told you earlier, we can apply different kind of arithmetic operations, and it can be subcategorized into continuous and discrete variables. Continuous variables are those variables where we cannot give exact value like weight, time, temperature, height of a person. Discrete variables are those variables where we can give exact value. We cannot break down this number. Like you can say I have 3 laptops. I cannot say I have 3.5 laptops. On the other side, I have you can say registered 250 students. I cannot say I have registered 250.2 students. This will be a joke with you, because a person cannot be break down into decimals. Continuous objects, continuous variables can be break down into decimals, while discrete variables cannot be break down into the decimals. Now, as I promised you earlier that we will cover data cleaning, pre-processing techniques and descriptive analytics. Now let's jump into the data cleaning and pre-processing techniques. My friends, I have a very good I would compliment this habit to me. I always revise my course again and again. I would revise data analytics and data types again for 2 minutes. Initially I was explaining you about the definition of data analytics. As I told you before that in this definition there are 3 major components. One is analyzing a data, like you can get a charts, or you can describe your data simply. Why you are analyzing your data? To get conclusions of your company, of your organizations, or of your business as well. Then why you are doing these 2 things? To get decision making. There are 5 major steps of the data analytics. First step is to gather a raw data. Then most important point, you will analyze, you will clean and pre-process that data to develop a meaningful database. Then after moving these 3 steps, after going through these 3 steps, you will do descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics is all about the past. It will describe the past data. It can be a single line, it can be a single table, or it can be a dashboard, which is the most effective form of descriptive analytics. And you will be surprised that inshallah you will be able to make a dashboard of single sheet dashboard of more than 10,000, 20,000, even a million data points easily. And then you will predict the future, and this is called predictive and prescriptive analytics. And then you will able to get a mastery in decision making. Then I explained the different kind of you can say data types of variables. There are 2 major types of variables. One is qualitative, second is quantitative. Qualitative variables are those variables where you can, in a sense, where you cannot apply arithmetic operations, while quantitative variables are those variables where you can apply arithmetic operations. Then I subcategorize these 2 variables. Qualitative variables can be subcategorized in nominal and ordinal. Nominal are those where we cannot give them rank, while ordinal is that where we can give them rank. On the other side, continuous data, where a decimal can appear, we cannot give exact value, like weight, time, height, temperature, etc. While discrete variables are those variables we can give exact value. Let's say I have as I told you, give the example, I have 3 laptops. I cannot say I have 3.2 laptops, etc. Now move into the very important subject, data refining process. Now you people, those who are interested about Microsoft Excel, they will be pleased that now we are doing different techniques of Microsoft Excel. Now let's regain my ribbon. How I will do it? Control F1. Now my speed will be slow down because now it is the technical topic. Inshallah I will cover slowly with you. Now initially, let's say if you are in the bank and you get a database of around, you can say 10,000 names of the people, and you see Ghulam Mustafa, few letters are in capital, few letters are small. Stephen Covey, again few letters are small, few letters are capital. There are too much spaces in the name. Again there are too much spaces and all letters in the small. And Aliza Akbar, all letters in the small. Steve Jobs, all letters are in capital. Now let's assume there are 10,000 data points over there, and your manager asks you to give them in a proper form. Proper form means first letter would be the capital and all others letter would be in the small. Now what will you do? If you did not know Excel technique or formula, you will do it manually, and I'm sure this will destroy your weekend. Now what will we do? We will do a very basic, we will apply a very effective formula of Microsoft Excel, that is called proper. When I will write a formula, now start from the right, is equal to, this is a basic formula, you will start from this proper. As this formula appeared, I will press tab. This is behind Q or below tilde. As I press tab, formula opened. As formula opened, there will be an argument of formula. Right now I am in this argument, text. He is asking, please give a reference of text. I will give this reference. Now press enter. You can see automatically the first letter has been capitalized and all other letters in the small. Now I can drag down this formula by simple double click. You can see all names have been in proper form right now. On the other side, your manager say that no, I do not want in the proper form. I want all names in the upper form. Upper form means please capitalize each word of every name of every cell. Now what will I do? Again I will apply the upper formula. Now I can give you another way of applying a formula in multiple cells. Initially select multiple cells. How many ways of it? Let's say Control Shift down arrow, or you can say Shift. You can select all these cells. Move into the formula bar. As you can see, there is a written in there, formula bar is equal to upper. As the formula have been highlighted, I will press tab button and I will give the reference of first cell. Now if I want to apply this formula in multiple cells, I will apply Control Enter. Automatically this formula will be applied in multiple cells, and there is no issue if there are, you can say, more than 10,000 data points in single column. You can get this result easily. Lower, if your manager asks you to please apply these names in the lower form, means every letter should be in the small, then I will again select all the cells where I want to apply my formula, apply lower formula, press tab, I will select the reference. Now again I will press Control Enter because I want to apply this formula in rest of cells. Boom. Now there is a problem over there. Although the letter capital or small have been, this problem has been solved, but still there is a big problem because there are spaces, there are still spaces in this name. Now this is not a right way, this is not a database. Again this is a raw data. We are doing we are doing pre-processing of qualitative data. Now I want to get rid of these spaces. What will I do? I will use trim function. What will do this formula? Simply use trim, and you can see there is a description about this formula. Remove all spaces from the text string except for a single space between words. That means if in this name there is a single space, the single space will remain as it is, while more than single spaces will be removed automatically. Tab, select your text and apply enter. Now you can see all spaces have been removed. Again there is a problem. Here there is no spaces, here there are spaces, but in there the letters are, some letters are capital, some are small. Now what will we do? For this we will join these two formulas. Let's say if your manager wants to that every name should be in the capital while spaces also have been removed. Now I will apply joint formula. Joint formula means I will apply two formulas in single cell. How? Is equal to trim tab. Now before giving it to the reference, I will apply another formula, upper. Now two formulas have been selected, and now I will select my text. He is asking that you want to close the bracket. I would say definitely yes, and now I will double click into this. If you want to adjust the cell height, simple double click over there. Now you can see all letters are in capital and all redundant spaces have been removed from my cell. This is the basic essential formatting, you can say essential pre-processing techniques of the data. Now you are in the banking department and you get you can say feedback form from your employees that first name and second name in the separate columns, and it is a requirement of your bank that these two names should be in the single column. Let's say they did not have any capacity of extra, let's say they want these two names into the single column. Now for that purpose I will use concatenate function. What will it do? Is equal to concatenate tab. Now you can see in the arguments, first argument is select the text one, and second I would select A11 comma. Now you can see second argument have been highlighted in dark black, you can say more blackish as compared to this. Now I will select second argument, press enter, and then double click over there. You can see both these names have been in the single cell at the now, but still there is a problem. The space should be over there. Ghulam and Mustafa, both names have been combined, but there should be a space between first and last name. Now the question arises, how I will get rid of this problem? Very simple. My friends, please keep one thing in my mind. Space is a character for Microsoft Excel. Space is a text for Microsoft Excel. So what will I do? I will revamp this formula like this. Sorry, I miss N. Now I will select my first name as text 1, then I will add space over there, because space is another character for Microsoft Excel. How I will add a space over there? Inverted commas, give a space, again inverted commas, then I will select my second text. Although in this formula there are two names, in the sense first and last name, but in this formula there are three texts: first name, space, second name. Now I will apply this formula. You can see magic have been appeared and both first and last name have been selected in a single cell. Now double click over there, you will get your answer. Up till now, upper, proper, lower, trim, joint function, concatenate, all these formulas usually apply for qualitative variable. That's why I told you, I give you the basic concepts about variables, and when we will jump into the pivot tables, you will see that we will do different kind of analysis in single click. Now let's move into this topic. We have covered proper, upper, lower, trim, joint function, concatenate for qualitative variables. Let me give you another point for it. This is a formula. If you see in the formula bar and you want this database, what will you do? Select all the variables, means all the formulas have been applied, copy, Control C, move into the paste special. You can see there are different kind of options. I would not give enough time of this because I have to jump into the pivot tables. That's the major topic of this. If I simply click paste, formulas, formatting, etc. But now I will click values. Why? Now you can see formulas have been disappeared over there. Only values are this. Now I will copy these values and I will paste into my desired sheet. This is the magic of Microsoft Excel. This is how you pre-process or refine, or you can say transform your data to get mastery in decision making. Now do certain formulas. LEN. What this formula do? This formula basically calculate the characters. Basically it count the characters of any cell. Let's say if you see in my name Ghulam, my first name, there are 6 characters. How can I count? Simply put len function. It will give you the 6. Moreover, as I told you before that in Excel, space is also a character. Let's say if I add spaces, you will see, please notice over there, you will see answer have been updated, because for Excel space is a character. Let's back, undo this and apply this formula to rest of cells. Now let's move into the quantitative variables. Let's say this is the ID number, or you can say ID card number of yourself, and in a bank you get this ID numbers from a client who has, you can say, 10,000 data points, and this is the department of the company, or you can say this is the department, or this is the city of a company. Let's say if a bank, let's say Light Bank, has branches in different cities. 10 code is for Lahore, 11 for Gujranwala, 12 for Faisalabad, 13 for Multan, etc. Now your manager asks you to please separate 21, 22, etc. Now if you did not know left formula, you have to do this as well, and I am sure that your whole weekend will be wasted. But you are here to get mastery in decision making. Inshallah your weekend will be enjoyed. Now I will apply left formula. Tab. Now you can see there are 2 arguments in this formula. First is select a text. I will select my text. Now you can see second argument. This is optional. Why this is optional? Whenever in a formula any argument is in clause brackets, you can see it will be optional. Let's say if I get rid of this, I will apply, it will automatically select only one character. On the other side, let edit this formula. To edit any formula, please press F2. Now apply this number of characters. Let's say I want to get 2 number of characters from there. I will apply 2 over there. Now I will enter. You can see 21 have been selected from this ID card number. Now I will simple drag down this formula. You can see left characters have been picked from there. Now right, I want to get, let's say this is the city code of a Light Bank. What will I do? Simply I will apply right formula is equal to right. I will select my text. I will select number of characters. In this case, pardon me, in this scenario I will select 2 characters. Press enter. Then I will drag down this formula. Let's do this formula again by revise this. Select all the cells where you want to apply a formula is equal to right, tab, select, and 2. 2 means I need 2 characters from the right side. Now I will press enter. No. Now I will press control enter, because I want to apply the single formula into the multiple cell. Boom, formula has been applied. Let's say if there are 10,000 data points, you can apply a formula in before a minute, in 30 seconds. Let's see. Now another magic. Let's see. In this ID number you have to select 3 numbers. What will you do? You will apply mid formula. Mid, blue color is in highlighted. Press tab, formula will open. Select a text. Now second argument is start number. In this scenario, from where I will start my ID number? 21 dash. Let's say I will start from 4. Then my mid numbers, my desired mid number will be started 4. And next, how many characters you want from there? I want 3 characters over there. Press enter. You can see mid characters have been applied, and by simple double clicking you can get your desired value. We applied different kind of techniques for quantitative variables. and apply another essential formatting techniques for qualitative variables. Now we will jump into the pivot tables. Now let's move into the most important topic of today's pivot table. What is pivot table? Pivot table is the meaning of pivot is a central point. Central point means you will get a summary of your database. Let's say, and if you are working in a company and you are a salesperson and you want to calculate your whole year sale. Now you have to apply different formulas like sum if. Let's say if I want to calculate my sales from this data point. First of all, in any database, you have to do, you can say, quick analysis. How will I do? Simple click on it. You will see average, counts, numerical counts, minimum, maximum, sum function. You want to customize it. Let's say if I want to get my sale, how will I do it? I will apply first of all I give name to my range. How can I do it? By simple click whole data, press let me write over there, control plus shift plus F3. I'm sorry, select whole data, control shift F3. Then you will see a dialog box over there. It is asking that you can give a name of your whole data, whole column by top row. I select OK. I'm sorry, I cannot move details into these topics because I have a very short time, and now I will cover quick analysis, descriptive analytics with pivot tables. Let's say now my data has been given a name. You can see a name over there. Let's say if I click oh sorry, I did not select data. Let's do it again. Now you can see there is no name over there. If still the name, we can delete from there, from formulas. Name managers, select all the names and delete them. Once again, I am so sorry I cannot explain these topics right now, but I can give you a flavor of this. First of all, give a name range to your data. Control backspace. I select the whole range by simple control shift down arrow. Now I can give name to my whole by press control shift F3. Is asking you want to give the name from top row. I said yes, not left column. Now name range have been updated. Let's say country. As I select country, whole country range have been selected. Now if I want to get a sale of myself, Ghulam Mustafa, what will I do? I will apply sum if formula. How? Is equal to sum if. I will select a range of criteria. Let's say here salesperson is my range. You can see as I select salesperson, whole range have been selected. This is the magic, and currently I just give you the flavor of it. In the second, you will select a criteria. What is the criteria? My name, Ghulam Mustafa. Then what is the sum range? I want to calculate the sum of sales. I will select sales, press tab, enter. Now you can see I get the name of it. I get my sales. Now what will you do? In pivot table you can do it in a single click. Now let's jump into the pivot table. But before moving into the pivot table, I will request to all of you, please keep one thing in mind. Your database should be in the table form. As you can see, currently my data is in the table form, because if your data is in the table form, then you will apply a pivot table and it will give you a very good results, and it will be updated automatically. How will I will do it? Insert pivot table. A dialog box will open. He will ask you your range have been selected. My range name is pivot table, and it will come into the new worksheet. Has been opened. You can see in your database all your headings. All these are your headings: name, salesperson, products. All your headings will automatically move into the fields of your pivot tables. Fields means all these are fields. Let's say if you see salesperson, this is a heading in your database. In pivot table, this is a fields. Now if you see over there, there are 4 areas of pivot table. filter, column, rows and values. As suggested, as I told you earlier, that very important to know about data types. Now it will be convenient for you to apply pivot table. In values, you can easily see that I have to put a quantitative variables, and in my this you can say in my this database, sales is a quantitative variable, units sold is a quantitative variable, and units sold again it is a discrete quantitative variables. And if I want to get a sales of whole person, let's say of a company, I want to get a summary of the company. You can see over there sales. What is the sum of it? 103,472, more than a million. Now if I want to get its summary, what will I do? I simply click, drag and drop into the values area. You can get your summary over there. In how many seconds? In a click only. Now if you want to get a sales of a different salesperson, now what will you have to do? You have to apply salesperson field into the rows area. What will it do? It will basically subcategorized or apply the sub fields of a salesperson. Let's say if there are 5 salesperson in a company, it will give you the 5 names as well. You can see Farhan Sagir, Ghulam Mustafa, all these are salesperson name, and it gives me the sum of sales of everyone. How many time? In a single click. This is called descriptive analytics. How I get it? I put quantitative variables in values, and I put qualitative variables like salesperson name in rows. I hope you are clear of these two topics. Now, if you said no sir, I do not want sum of sales, I want count of sales, then press there value field setting and change it. Let's say count, average, max, minimum, product. It will automatically do it. You did not need apply any kind of formula, etc. Let's say you want count of it, simply change it count, and you can customize its name as well. Let's say you can say number of sales. You will see headings will be updated accordingly, and your answer will be updated without applying any formula. Boom. You can see there are 100 you can say total sales units, and total data points have been updated. And now if you want to move it to the sum as well, and you want to change it in number format, you can change it from there. Let's say you want to apply a separate or currency, because it is a sales, it should be in dollars. Sum. You can see in a single click your data have been formatted. Always keep one thing in mind: if you are in the quantitative variables, it should be in the separators or etc. as well. Now if you want to apply a pivot formula, simple go into the analyze. When you will see a pivot table, there will be two major tabs over there: analyze and design. In analyze, you simply apply pivot table. Let's say if I want to apply pie chart, column chart, etc., you can get the pie chart of there. By simply you can see how much sales Ghulam Mustafa have achieved, how much sales Farhan Sagir have achieved, how much sale Haris Khan has attained. And now you can edit you can say format. As the pivot chart will be appeared, you will see again third option will be there. You can edit it accordingly. Let's say if I want to edit it, you can edit your chart title easily, salesperson, etc. You can highlight it color. I am doing much effort on it, but don't worry, this will be saved as a template in your for future reference. Let's say I have done it and I want to give them labels, and for pivot chart, for pie chart, in fact I can apply a percentage as well. Now you are heading towards the analytics. From this you can see that qualitative variables total sales have been updated with different percentages. As per this, you can see Mickey Arthur has much sales than Ghulam Mustafa, etc. Now the question arises that no yaar, I want sales of a salesperson, but I need separate in a sense that I need sales as compared to the year or as compared to the product. What will I do? Now there is I will use third area of my pivot table, again columns. This columns is called, again we will apply a qualitative variable into the column. You can change chart over there. I'm sorry, first I will change my chart design, change chart type, let's say this one. It's up to you. Now if you want to get a sale of let's say Farhan Sagir as compared to the different countries, simply click, drag and drop into the column area. Your chart will be updated accordingly and you will get your data. Boom, simple is that. This is the data where Farhan Sagir sales in different countries have been updated in a single click. Now you will notice another point. All these are your legends and all legends are in the column area. Let's say if I swap country into the axis and salesperson into the legend, you will see that now salesperson have legends, means salesperson will be appeared in different colors and countries will be appeared as x-axis, as you can see axis categories, and values will appear in the y column. I can update it my chart as well. Now I can save my chart as save as template. You can see this chart will be saved as my template, let's say 27 web chart. I can give any name. Why? Because I can use this chart in future easily, because I have done a lot of formatting over there. I can save my chart. This is called cross tabulation. Cross tabulation means, let's move this chart over there. Cross tabulation means you need Farhan Sagir sales, this is the grand total. You need France sale, this is the grand total. You need France sale of Ghulam Mustafa, this value. You need Pakistan, you need Stephen Covey sale in Pakistan, no sale. You want to get Haris Khan sales in Qatar, this value. You can easily apply anything in this pivot table. Now the point arises. Here I need sales of France of Farhan Sagir in France for laptops, for computers, etc. Now fourth filter area will be used. Now I will apply products area into the filter field, and the best way of it to apply slicers over there. What will you do? In slicers you can put products, and again there are different options. You can change slices as well. Again, I'm so sorry I cannot cover each and everything in 90 minutes, but I'm doing my best to cover these topics because my most focus is this to cover analytical points. Now let's move into the chart area. This is the sales of different countries of different salesperson for the whole products. I can swap it easily. This is called cross tabulation. Now if I filter it, this is the sales of headphone of these salesperson. You can see chart will be updated accordingly. This is the magic of pivot table. You can do everything in a single click because you can save your office time easily, and you can get lunch with your friends or chit chat with your friends. You can apply a different job. Just kidding. Now if you want to get a filter of, you want to get sales of laptops, simple, means in laptops only Steve Jobs do sales in Qatar. In microphones, these three salesperson achieve sales in different countries. Now you can see in the chart, and if you are giving a presentation to your manager, you can do filter these things easily. Let's say, sir, as per my opinion, this is the whole sales data. If you want to get headphone, this is the value. Or you can select multiple values from there by press control. As I press control, now this values and this chart is for headphone and microphones. Now you want to get this data for laptops, microphones and mouse. What will you do? Simple select these three values. You can see magics have been applied, and do you know, you would be glad that this is the basic of dashboards. If you know how to able slicers, if you know what is the meant by cross tabulation, if you have been edited your charts, you can make a dashboards easily. Now My point is that I am the CEO of the company, and you present this report to me. Now I ask, no, yaar, I did not want exact values. I want percentage of this value. Now you will be worried, yaar, how I will get percentage of it? Don't worry. Just move into the values area. Simple, move into the value field setting. There is and the tab show values as. There is no calculation. You can select percent of grand total. Magics have been applied. Boom. This is the percentage of grand total. Means in France, Farhan Sagir's share in France is 1.33, while Farhan Sagir's total share is 38%. Ghulam Mustafa's share in France is 8%. Ghulam Mustafa's share in grand total is 23%. And your charge for these two products only. But for whole products, chart will be updated accordingly. You can see how these things are moving by simple C D D, means click, drag and drop. This is the magic of pivot table that I want to emphasize you. How you will apply: simple click, drag, drop. Now your manager asks, yeah, this is the grand total. I need total of France and I want to share the proportion. I want to get the share of France, means how many, what is the percentage of Ghulam Mustafa in France? No issue. Go into the values area, value field setting, percentage of grand total, select percentage of column total. Boom, magic have been applied easily. What this mean? Now you can see all columns have 100%, means this is the total area. In France, Ghulam Mustafa has 27% share. In Qatar, Mickey Arthur has maximum share. In United Arab Emirates, Farhan Sagir has maximum share. This is called percentage by column. Now your manager asks, yaar, I need percentage total by Farhan Sagir, means by names. No issue. Go over there. Show values as percent of row total. You can get no calculation. You can get percent of grand total. You can do column total or row total. I want to apply percent of row total. Funny. Now magic have been applied easily. Now in Farhan Sagir total share, Farhan Sagir is very good in UAE and Qatar, but he is very bad. His performance is very low in France. Ghulam Mustafa's share is very good in Pakistan, while Ghulam Mustafa performance in Italy is very bad. Mickey Arthur, who was the coach of Pakistan cricket team, again his share very good in Qatar, while in UAE his performance is too much low. We need much worried about this. You can apply these things easily. Let's say you want to get this as a product. Simple click, drag, drop, that's it. Magic have been applied. Now these data have been as compared to the country and products. You can drag it as per your own requirement. In pivot table we have covered values, columns, rows and slices. We can do different kind of analysis, etc. Now let's move into the, I'm sorry if field list have been disappeared, don't worry, just go into the field list. Now sum of values, no calculation कर देते हैं इसको. Let's do some more analysis on salesperson. This is the sales of Farhan Sagir or Ghulam Mustafa. We can sort it from largest to smallest or smallest to largest, etc. This is the sales. You can say sales have been updated from largest to smallest. Mickey Arthur is in the top. Haris Khan is has the minimum performance. We should terminate Haris Khan. Just kidding. Now you want actual values as well as percentage of it. Now apply this again. Use percent of grand total. Now you can see two columns over there. One is values, one is percent of grand total. That means as compared to total, Mickey Author share is 26%, Ghulam Mustafa share is 26%, Haris Khan share is only 7%. And this is the value. Means Haris Khan achieved sales 80,000 with 7% share only, while Mickey Author achieved around 3 lakh sales with 26% share. Now let's do some more experiments on it, because we are experts in data analytics. There is another option, percent of running total in. What will you do? It will basically give you the cumulative percentage of the data. Means it will let's first apply. You can see this is the 26% share of Mickey Arthur, while 52% means this is for Ghulam Mustafa and Mickey Arthur total share is 52%. For Farhan Sagir, Ghulam Mustafa, for these three persons total share is 75%. By this we can get Pareto analysis. When in any interview, when will you say that I know how to apply Pareto analysis, I'm sure that you will get the job, because this is very important analysis in any kind of job. How you will apply Pareto chart? By simple, go into the chart options. This is my chart format. Change chart type. Go into the combo. Why I am moving into the combo? Because my values are in millions and other things are in percentages. Percentage I will change into the secondary axis. This is my Pareto analysis. What is meant by Pareto? If I put this values as a label, you will see that. That means all my values, I'm sorry. Let's see, if you have scarce resources and you want to get 50% share of the company, you can easily say that Ghulam Mustafa and Mickey Author attained 50% of our share, and 75% of our share have been achieved by 3 salesperson. Boom. On the other side, let's say if I remove salesperson and I apply products, charts will not be as accurate. Why? Because this value as compared to the fields, but I have to apply as compared to the products. Again, pardon me, I'm so sorry, my speed is too much because I have to cover too much topics, because my intention and our vision is to give you the idea of these tools. And inshallah we will do different couple of webinars, and inshallah we will, after your feedbacks, we will do these kind of things as per your own desires and requirements. Now you can see charts have been updated. First of all, I will sort, because in Pareto analysis it is important to sort values from largest to smallest. Then you will get the accurate values. Now in the Pareto analysis you can see 44% share. Let's say this is the analysis of a country. You can see in this country in the electronic products, 44% share has been captured by mouse, or let's say total 80% share have been captured by mouse and keyboard. This is called 80-20 principle. Means, let me rephrase or move this term. That means 80% of the share of these products have been captured by mouse and keyboard. This is the magic of Pareto analysis. Now change this chart as Pareto analysis. Please do these analysis in your jobs, because this will increase your stars and you will get promotion easily in this pandemic situation. If you want to do Pareto analysis for another qualitative variable, just remove it, put country over there, and again you have to amend it by country. You can see that as compared to the country overall, no, one thing has been left. Please sort these numbers from largest to smallest. Now you can see Qatar has maximum share 36%, while Qatar and Pakistan has 60% share of the market, and Qatar, Pakistan, UAE has cumulatively 80% share of the market. This is the magic of Pareto analysis. Now what we have covered simple analysis, we have covered this topic, etc. Now let's do another thing. Let's remove it. This is the sales of a person, and your company asks, yeah, please give bonus to these salesperson as compared to their sales. let's say give commission to every salesperson. You can say give commission to the person 5% of the sales. Now what will I do? No issue, just go into the analyze, calculate field. In calculate field you can add a new database column or new database field by using formula. Isn't that magic for you? Yes, this is a magic for you. Name it, let's say commission or bonus. How much a company offering a bonus to the employees is equal to sales multiplied by 5%. That means company offering bonus 5% of the sales. This is the magic of it. You can see 5%. Sorry, dollars. I should have applied a percentage, or let's say apply 0.05. Both are same. Now you can see this bonus have been added. Is this a magic? Yes. Sum of sales, sum of bonus. Means Mickey author achieve 14,000 bonus and Haris Khan achieve only 4,000. We should terminate this guy. Sorry Haris Khan if you are there. Now this is the magic of calculate field over there. Now let's do another analysis. Please let's do a new thing for your practice. This is your database. Now use a shortcut for it. What is the shortcut? Alt N V. Let's repeat it for you. I am writing the shortcut over there. Alt plus N plus V. I'm so sorry again, I cannot interactive this session because there are too much participants and I have to cover the topic again. Now let's apply the shortcut. Alt N V. Magic have been done. The window have been opened. I will apply a pivot table with the table range pivot table into the new worksheet. Boom. Now let's do these things in a single click. I want to get a salesperson. It is a qualitative variable put into the rows area. Now I want to get, let's say, units sold. Boom. I want to get their percentages as well. Boom. So values as percentage of grand total, etc. Now I want to their, let's say, average as well. Put again their average is there, etc. You can move up and down as per your own requirement. And if you want to there, let's say, cross tabulation. What is meant by cross tabulation? One qualitative variable will be in the row area and other qualitative variable will be in the column area. Let's say apply products over there. You will see the magic over there. Boom. Now another magic for you people. Let's say if I apply I'm sorry, sales value into the rows area, you will see all the sales, but this is not meaningful for you because quantitative variables cannot be applied into the rows area, but we will do it. How? This is a quantitative variable. Now we do you can say the grouping of this data. How I will do it? No issue. We can just simple click over there, group minimum value, maximum value with this difference. You can say this data have been grouped accordingly. Then put sales again. You can see the magic. Now let's say you are in the sales department or you are in the business analyst field. This is the basically pivot pie chart of it. Let's do new category and add percentage for it. Now you will be pleased to do analysis. This is called business intelligence as well. Friends, I won't use time for its formatting. Let's move into the analysis part. You can see as per this analysis 1375 to 10,000 means there are 76% of the sales value that have less than 12,000 value. It means the people of this area or these premises of these countries are, let's say, have less income, or they are opted to buy a shopping of worth around 12,000. This is the new analysis. You can do your analysis accordingly. You can deploy your resources. You can do your pricing, etc. This is again the business analyst topic. Now he said, no sir, I want this data grouping for different countries. I said okay. Do slicer for countries, sorry, countries, products, and salesperson as well. I can apply different kind of slices over there. This again, I am telling you, this is the basic of dashboard. Please keep these things in mind and do practice of it. Let's say you want to do it for a headphone. For headphone, you can say this is the area, all sales are in this range. For keyboard, all sales are below range. Laptops, microphones, etc. Let's say you want to do this for salesperson. Ghulam Mustafa, 50% share of the Ghulam Mustafa in this value. If you want to combine two salesperson, let's say Ghulam Mustafa and Steve and Mickey Arthur, you can you can update your analysis accordingly. This is called data grouping. Let's revise this topic. Let's delete it. Let's do again a new analysis. Apply a shortcut Alt and V. You will move into the new window. If you want to move around the sheets, apply a shortcut Control page up or page down, like this. As I will apply Control up, you will move into the next sheet. As I will apply page down, you will move into the previous sheet. Now let's do a quantity. Let's do the, you can say, frequency distribution or data grouping for quantitative variables. Put sales or sales over there. This is a quantitative variables. Let's say now do it for units sold. Quantitative variables, do it in the group. Let's start from 25 is fine. This basically, this is the minimum value of the database. This is the maximum value of the database. This is the difference between two variables. Let's say 25 to 35, 35 to 45, etc. No, you can see there are too much groups. Now you can update your groups accordingly. Again, group your data. Increase it. Width is 50. This is basically the frequency distribution, and we can get frequency distribution by using column chart. You can see there is no blank chart because we did not apply anything in the values area. Now you will see the this is normal distributed data. This is basically the statistical term. Your whole data has been normally distributed. That means this has the maximum units values. You can apply this chart, or you can do change the chart type accordingly. It's up to you. Right now this is the best because this is called frequency distribution. Let's rename it. This is the frequency distribution, and I hope you people know about what is meant by frequency distribution. This is the frequency distribution of your data. Now what we have covered up till now, we have 10 minutes left. We have covered pivot table, we have covered row areas. We know we will apply quantitative variables in the values field. We applied rows. Now last point has been left. Let's do it. How you will manage dates. When you will put dates into the, let's do it again. When you will put dates into the rows area, you will see it automatically gives years, quarters and dates, while you can see in the pivot table there are only dates. If I can expand it easily, expand, collapse, expand entire field. You can see now it has been expanded by yearly and quarterly. If you did not want quarters, eradicate it from your rows area. Now you can see years and months easily. You want to get sales, just put into this. Again, my formula is, what is my formula? Click, drag, drop. Change it from count to the actual sales value. Now you can see sales have been updated. Again, this is a sales. This is the first rule. Do some formatting, give it to the number formatting, change it by currency. Why decimal places to 0? Because this value is in millions, and it is negligible to get points over there, so remove it. Now this is the best database, and this is called time series analysis. And time series analysis always used line chart. You can do a line chart over there, and from line chart we can easily analyze that in start of the 2019 in June sale was normal, then sale was surge up, then sales reduced due to any reason, let's say exchange rate of USD and PKR parity, then increased, and now it's on sharply decreased. And now for this you can apply timeline. Timeline means you can do it for any month. Let's say if I apply for let's say if I insert quarters over there again, do it and apply dates again. This is years, quarters. I removed years and quarters. If you want to months as well, put dates again and expand it. Expand entire field. Now you can see this have been updated. If you want to see your data as per quarters, just change it from there. Quarter 1, actually very low data points, you can get different data points. Let's say you want to get from data for years. This is for 2020, this is for 2019, etc. You can make it changes. Now what we were working on the pivot tables. In the pivot tables, all fields are your headings are moved into the basically fields area. You will put qualitative variables in rows and columns area. This is called cross tabulation. Let's do cross tabulation over there. I'm sorry. This is the cross tabulation. All the legends in the rows in the columns area will become different colors. And it was the Pareto analysis as before. This is called basically, you can say, frequency distribution of a quantitative variables. You can basically group your quantitative variables accordingly. And this is time series analysis. And once again, sky is the limit. There are a lot of tools, there are a lot of things, but again, unfortunately, due to time constraints, I could not cover all the topics. And inshallah, we will do these kind of analysis. Now let's move into the questions area. And now the friends, once again I have shared my LinkedIn profile with you, requested you to please give your feedback to me so that we will amend my courses accordingly. Now let's basically, I'm the expert in statistics field as well. You do different data analysis, predictive modeling, spreadsheet modeling, etc. This is my first you can say statistical crash course where I explain what is the you can say importance of mean, standard deviation, etc. Let's say Fakhruzzama and Imamul Haq both have average of 40, but Fakhruzzama scored 0 in one match and 18 second match, while Imam do 45 and 55 score. Now who is better? Obviously, if we say both have the same average 40, but obviously standard deviation of Fakhruzzama is much higher than Imamul Haq. That's why we can say that Imamul Haq is a certain player as compared to the Fakhruzzama. Then we will apply a 5-number summary. Let's say mean, median, mode, upper quartile, lower quartile, medium, etc. This is the simple example of predictive modeling, hypothesis testing, regression analysis. In a simple way, if I say everything you want to do in SPSS, you can do in Microsoft Excel. This is our first module, Microsoft Excel with primary analytics. Initially, we explain about how you will collect raw data, types of data, data cleansing techniques, importance of mean, median, mode, quartile, standard deviation, spreadsheet basics क्या होती हैं, what is the difference between absolute and relative references. Let's say if you want to move a formula, you will use relative references, on the other side absolute reference. What is meant by name manager tools, as I give the names of our reference of our, you can say a column with a simple name. What is meant by space special, you will copy our data, then you will paste as formulas, transpose, copy, link picture, etc. Name manager, spreadsheets, if formulas, nested if formulas, sum if, sort, table, etc. Pivot tables foundation. Today I just give you the foundation of pivot table. In the second module, we cover descriptive and predictive analytics. In the predictive analytics, we move into the, let's say, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, match, index, goal seek analysis, data table functions, scenario managers. What is meant by scenario managers? Let's say if you have a spreadsheet, of a company and you want to change a scenario, let's say on a very good condition, on bad condition, on etc. Your whole spreadsheet will be updated within single click. Inshallah, we will cover these topics as well. Scenario managers, goal seek analysis, formula auditing. Formula auditing means you can easily you can say find what is the dependent and independent variables of this cell or of this formula. Record macro functions. With single click you can do all of the statistical operations as well. Developer buttons, solver analysis, regressions, Pareto analysis, dynamic dashboards, etc. While in the third module we will cover Power Query foundations, advanced database features, and spreadsheet formations, regression, multiple regression, linear optimization, histograms, binary distribution, sensitivity analysis, etc. But I would recommend to all of you, please register yourself for the module 1 first, because this is the rudimentary skills of the Microsoft Excel. And fortunately for all those who want to only get skills of Microsoft Excel, module 1 is for everyone. Basically this is the advanced Microsoft Excel skills. There will be, you can say, 10% of analytics and 90% of Microsoft Excel, while in the module 3 there will be 90% of analytics and 10% of Microsoft Excel.